Kia EV6. Absolutely delighted to be here with this car. I think it's an absolute stunner. We're going to start off here at the nose and have a look at the front. I love the way the bonnet or the hood just slowly creeps upwards to meet the windscreen in a really shallow angle. We've got the new Kia badging just there, a little bit of the parking and the driver assist functions. We can have it on at the moment as well because we want to have the lights on and show you those. There's a really nice bulge as well just as you come over the wheel arch there, and you can really see it from this angle as we look down the side of the car. Now let's pan out a little bit, give you a more broad look at it. It's got that interesting shape, doesn't it? It's not quite an estate as a crossover SUV. Same with the Ioniq 5 as well. We're not quite sure which category it fits into. Let's zoom in. This one here is sitting on 20-inch rims. Really nice alloys on it. Now you can get that in 19 or in 21s as well, depending on the spec and what type you want. The striking thing when you look at the EV6 from the side is this character line. It kicks off just down here behind the front wheels, and you can follow that along the side under the rear doors and starts to swoop up there a little bit, kind of meets the wheel arches, follows that around and then kicks off down the back. But we can see that the line doesn't end there, it continues all the way around in this light bar that we're getting. Sweeps down then on the other side and follows it all the way to the front right wheel. Then around the back, what do we have? It's quite a big rear end. Keep a straight face as I say that. We'll open up the boot as well and let you have a look inside. So it's electronic as you can see. Now we've got 480 litres in the back, and then just under 1300 litres if you fold the seats down as well. So it's quite a big space, but if you actually look at it from the side here, there's not a huge amount of depth to it. Now we do get a little bit of space underneath there, get a few cables, charging cables, things like that. So in terms of fitting things into it, yeah, it's got the literage all right, but I'm not hugely convinced on the shape of it. I think you'll get a little bit more in the likes of the Ioniq 5. Anyway, let's close that down, press the button there. I'm going to sweep around again, give you one last shot. What do you guys think of it? Let us know in the comments. So we are out on the road in the Kia EV6. I'm really excited to get behind the wheel of this now, and it's living up to its promise for me so far. It feels really nice in here. We've got some nice comfortable materials. I like the feel of the dash there. We've got some chrome effect. We've got some nice piano black. Now we're not expecting S-Class Mercedes, but this is still pretty good. Two screens here, 12.3-inch displays, both of them. On the left-hand side, you're getting more driver's information. It'll tell you your battery percentage. You can get your functionalities such as your map, your navigation, but you get some more stats on the car, how it's driving, what energy you're using, and how much energy, where that energy is going as well, things like into climate and the electronics of the car, things like that. Just underneath it then, we've got this long thin display here, which has actually got a matte surface as well, so it's not the fingerprint magnet because it is touch screen style. So at the moment there it's displaying our radio functions, and we can bring up the map, the navigation and things like that, but we can also toggle it as well, and that'll give us our heating for in the cabin. So we got the usual stuff we don't need to go through. It's got air conditioning, you can sync up two different sides. We've got heated seats in the car, which is, you kind of expect anyway, nice to have, but it's also air conditioned seats, which is really nice for summertime, and especially with a darker interior like this, when it's sitting out in the sun, you're going to get baked. So you turn into the car and get your air conditioned seats on. It's pretty nice. The center console here is floating. We've got a huge amount of space just underneath it. Really nice there to have that, and loads of USB connections as well to charge various devices. We've got a wireless phone charger just there as well, which is a really nice place for it. Also, it's easy to access. You can grab your phone really quickly. You got a rotary knob for like neutral, drive, reverse, things like that. Yeah, so really nice feel. But we'll jump over to the steering wheel as well for a second. You got the two stalks for your lights and your indicators and that kind of usual stuff. Smattering of buttons on the screen, which is really welcome. Now I know some people absolutely love that minimalist feel of a Tesla, but a lot of people just want old school buttons. They just want to go up and down in volume and things like that. So on the left hand side, you've got your cruise control, adaptive cruise control. lane keep assist, things like that. Then over on the right hand side, you've got your voice control, radio, things like that. And then also just down here as well, we can toggle in the drive modes. So we've got 3 different versions there. You've got Eco, Normal and Sport. And like when you put it into Sport, you get those flares of red. And well, the car does really feel like it moves when you put your foot down. But also if you hold that button down, it goes into snow mode. Now where I'm based, we might get 2 or 3 days of snow a year, that's about it. But if you're in a cold climate and you want the option of going for the all-wheel drive version of this car and having the snow mode, that's pretty handy. Another thing I just want to show you over on the right-hand side here is that there's a memory for, depending on which driver has. So if you share this car with someone else and you get back into the car and the seat's in the wrong position, you just click the button and it'll bring you back to what's comfortable for you. But while we're out and driving the car, what's it like to drive? How does it feel? Well, it's pretty planted on the road. You got that e-GMP platform, which is a dedicated EV architecture that Hyundai and Kia have come up from. It sends the wheels out to each corner, so you've got a 2.9 meter wheelbase, and they stuff the battery then right into the floor. It gives a really low center of gravity, and that helps in the corner as well. Now this car, as opposed to the Ioniq 5, is a little bit more stiffly sprung also, so it feels a little bit more planted in the corners, a little bit more of a driver's car. I have to say that I really, really like it. Now, if you're just pottering about town, you know, you just want something that's a little bit easier, taking ramps and things like that, maybe the Ioniq 5 is for you, but you're into your driving, I think this might be the one that just feels a little bit better for that. In terms of speed then, if you want to put your foot down, what do we got? What sort of power here? Well, we've got the rear wheel drive version. So that really, really helps with range as well. So you're looking at a WLTP combined cycle of just over 320 miles, which is absolutely fantastic to have. Now, if you want to spec this on the 21-inch wheels and you go for the all-wheel drive version, that could drop down to about 300 miles. But still, that is a huge amount of range. In the real world, are we going to get that in winter on the motorways? No, not quite. But this car does, where I'm from anyway, it comes as standard with a heat pump, which will really, really help in winter. Yeah, car feels absolutely fantastic. 7.5 seconds in the 0 to 100 kilometer or 62 miles per hour sprint, which is pretty fast. Like, there's faster cars out there, but then again, that'll do nicely. But if you go for the all-wheel drive version, that's dropping down to 5.2 seconds. And we could even talk about the GT version, which is going to be coming down the line, and that's going to get the 0 to 62 miles per hour sprint in 3.5 seconds, which is just incredible numbers. So yeah, really enjoying my time out driving around the Kia. I think it's time now that we just find somewhere nice to pull over and have a final chat about the car overall. Another feature we absolutely love about the Kia EV6 is the V2L functionality. That's vehicle to load. So we all know that you plug in a car to charge up the battery. But what if you want to take energy out of that battery? You open up the charge flap, take this adapter that Kia give you, plug it in to the socket. You can open that up then, and there's a little button just there to let you power that on. And you can also see the flashing lights just beside the socket, which show you what state of charge the battery is in. And then you take any home domestic appliance that you want, you plug it in, and you draw power from the battery. And you can actually draw power at 3.6 kilowatts, which is pretty substantial. You can do a lot with that. You know, you can charge another car slowly. You could have a little oven with you while you're camping, anything you want like that. It's a great feature, and we love to see Kia introducing it. And then whenever you're finished, you just plug out whatever appliance you have into it, take out the adapter, and then you head off on your way. So the Kia EV6, I have thoroughly enjoyed my time with it. I think it's an absolutely brilliant car. In terms of downsides, what is there? Well, there isn't really any for me. Some people give out about internally, like the height isn't great. They would prefer it to be either a little bit smaller in the kind of saloon style or a little bit higher in that SUV. The visibility out the back in rain, yeah, not great. Maybe, you know, no rear wiper. But then again, there's such small things for me. It's all about the upsides. Hard to pick out what I really, really like it, but I'm going to go for it. And I'm going to go with 3 things I love about the Kia EV6. So the first one that I'm going to go for is the design. I just think it's an absolutely stunning car, all the way from the front end, around the side. I love that character line that you get. It swoops all the way up and around the back. For me, it's an absolute stunner. Second thing, I absolutely love vehicle to load function. So it really starts to open up the possibilities of what we can do with cars. They're maybe no longer just a simple box on wheels, but you can do other things with them. Power your house, barbecues or something when you're out camping, charge another car. Really, really opens up what you can do with it. And then while we're talking about charging, the third thing I'm going to go with is DC charging on this. Thanks to its 800 volt architecture, you can charge the thing at up to a peak of about 233 kilowatts. Absolutely fantastic. It's a 0 to 80% charge in 18 minutes. Just mind-boggling numbers. Yeah, Kia, you got a bright future rolling out the e-GMP platform. You can get some more cars like this. Well done.